What if Venice was built on top of a much older, far more advanced civilization? The morning mist rises from the Grand Canal like ghostly fingers reaching toward secrets that have been hidden beneath dark waters for centuries. Tourists glide past in their gondolas, cameras clicking at the ornate facades of palazzos that seem to float impossibly on the surface of the lagoon. But beneath their feet, beneath the lapping waves and centuries of accumulated silt, lies evidence of a mystery that official historians refuse to acknowledge. The megalithic foundations of a lost civilization that predates everything we've ever been told about Venice's origins. The story begins not with the official founding of Venice in 421 AD, but with something far more disturbing. In the winter of 1987, a routine foundation inspection beneath the Doge's palace revealed something that shouldn't exist. 40 feet below the recognized basement level, workers discovered massive stone blocks fitted together with precision that defied medieval construction techniques. These weren't the rough-hewn stones of traditional Venetian foundations, but perfectly cut megalithic structures that extended far deeper into the earth than anyone had expected to find. But the 1987 discovery was not isolated. Construction records reveal a pattern of similar findings stretching back centuries. Each major restoration project has uncovered the same impossible evidence: massive stone construction predating Venice's official history by thousands of years. The Basilica di San Marco underwent foundation work in 1902. Workers discovered chambers carved from single stone blocks containing artifacts that challenged Venetian history. Metal objects crafted from industrial-age alloys. Stone tools bearing evidence of diamond-edged cutting. Inscriptions resembling symbols found at megalithic sites across the Mediterranean. The artifacts were quietly removed. Workers were sworn to secrecy. Official records mention only routine foundation stabilization, concealing the extraordinary archaeological discoveries. This pattern accelerated throughout the 20th century. Modern sewer construction in the 1960s revealed massive stone conduits carrying water beneath the city for millennia. These sophisticated aqueducts demonstrated hydraulic engineering that wouldn't be understood until the Renaissance. Dr. Elena Rossi, who worked on the project, preserved technical drawings documenting the ancient system. Her diagrams show water management infrastructure rivaling modern municipal systems in scope and sophistication. The precision of calculations was extraordinary, Dr. Rossi wrote. Ancient engineers solved problems we struggle with today using computer modeling. They accomplished this with stone construction, yet their solutions were more elegant than our modern approaches. The aqueduct system showed evidence of recent maintenance. Stone channels contained tool marks indicating cleaning and repair work. Who has been maintaining these systems? What organization possesses the knowledge and authority to conduct repairs beneath Venice? The answers may lie in the Commission for Subterranean Infrastructure Preservation, or CSIP. This secretive organization operates with extraordinary autonomy, conducting excavations beneath Venetian landmarks with minimal oversight. Their work schedules don't correspond to official maintenance, funded through untraceable budget allocations. CSIP personnel demonstrate unusual familiarity with megalithic infrastructure, working with precision suggesting extensive training in prehistoric engineering techniques. Venice has recorded peculiar seismic activity over recent decades. Monitoring stations detect regular vibrations that don't correspond to natural processes. The pattern suggests large-scale machinery operating in underground chambers. Dr. Giuseppe Marchetti documented these vibrations since 1995. His classified research reveals industrial-scale equipment operating in chambers beneath the historic center, correlating directly with megalithic foundation locations. Well, operations require such sophisticated underground facilities. The pattern suggests Venice may function as a cover for ongoing activities, utilizing advanced prehistoric infrastructure. This explains puzzling aspects of Venetian development. Why construct an elaborate city on unstable lagoon sediments? The builders weren't choosing a site. They were building on existing infrastructure designed for lagoon construction. The megalithic civilization had solved engineering problems associated with marine construction. Their solutions remained available to medieval builders who understood their utilization. Venice wasn't built despite challenging environmental conditions. It was built because those conditions had been conquered by prehistoric engineers. The tourist industry provides perfect cover for ongoing megalithic infrastructure utilization. Constant visitor flow distracts from unusual activities, while tourist noise masks mechanical operations detected by seismic equipment. Every visitor unknowingly participates in maintaining the deception. Every photograph of landmarks, every guidebook description, every academic study contributes to narrative concealing the true nature of what lies beneath the floating city. The ancient stones continue to bear the weight not just of Renaissance architecture, but of secrets challenging our understanding of human history and forces shaping our world from prehistoric shadows. What if Venice is just the beginning? The stones were enormous, some weighing over 20 tons, and fitted together without mortar so precisely that a knife blade couldn't be inserted between joints. The surface bore tool marks indicating cutting techniques unknown to medieval craftsmen, and the construction resembled nothing found in European architecture. Most disturbing, these megalithic foundations extended throughout Venice's historic center. Ground-penetrating radar revealed a vast network of massive structures, following geometric patterns suggesting urban planning far beyond medieval capabilities. The discovery should have rewritten history books. Instead, it was classified, workers were sworn to secrecy, and the excavation was sealed with concrete. The official explanation was structural reinforcement, but leaked documents revealed coordinated suppression of evidence challenging Venetian development timelines. Dr. Marco Castellani, a structural engineer who worked on the project, kept detailed records of what he witnessed. His notes, discovered after his 2019 death, described chambers carved from single stone blocks, corridors extending beyond their equipment's reach, and inscriptions in unknown scripts. The precision was unprecedented, Castellani wrote. The megalithic blocks incorporated engineering principles we struggle to achieve with modern equipment. Water management systems, load distribution, seismic resistance, all integrated into designs demonstrating physics and mathematics knowledge supposedly non-existent when these structures were built. But when were these structures built? That's where the official story unravels completely. Carbon dating of organic materials within the megalithic foundations yielded dates extending far beyond accepted timelines of Venetian lagoon civilization. Some samples tested over 12,000 years old, placing construction in periods when academic history claims the region was uninhabited marshland. The implications were staggering. If carbon dating was accurate, advanced human civilization had existed in the Venetian lagoon thousands of years before Venice's supposed founding, possessing construction capabilities exceeding their medieval successors. Rather than investigate further, authorities chose systematic suppression. Dating results were classified as inconclusive due to groundwater contamination. Structural analysis was restricted to authorized personnel. Media coverage was limited to routine foundation maintenance, and researchers found access blocked by bureaucratic obstacles. But megalithic structures beneath Venice weren't unique. Similar discoveries had been made throughout the Mediterranean, each following the same pattern: massive stone construction of impossible age, advanced engineering techniques, and immediate official suppression. The pattern suggested coordinated concealment of an advanced prehistoric civilization occupying coastal Mediterranean regions. Venice wasn't just built on these ruins, it was built to hide them. The city we know as Venice may represent something far more sinister than a medieval maritime republic. It may be a carefully constructed mask designed to conceal one of history's most significant archaeological discoveries. Consider the peculiar characteristics of Venetian architecture never adequately explained. The city's buildings seem to rest impossibly on soft lagoon sediments, yet they've remained stable for over 1,000 years despite complete absence of bedrock. Conventional engineering suggests such construction should be impossible, yet Venice stands today, defying physics governing foundation design. The explanation becomes clear when we consider the megalithic substructure. The medieval builders of Venice were unconstructing new foundations. They were building on top of existing massive stone platforms that had been engineered by their predecessors to support enormous loads in unstable ground conditions. The miracle of Venetian architecture isn't miraculous at all. It's simply evidence of superior prehistoric engineering that has been deliberately concealed from public knowledge. Archaeological evidence from other excavations throughout Venice supports this interpretation. Construction projects across the historic center have consistently revealed megalithic stonework at depths far below the recognized building levels. In each case, the discoveries have been classified, the excavations have been restricted, and the evidence has been sealed away from public scrutiny. The church of San Giorgio Maggiore, rebuilt in the 16th century, rests on foundations that extend nearly 100 feet into the lagoon floor. When restoration work in 1994 exposed sections of these deep foundations, workers discovered that the lowest levels consisted of megalithic blocks identical to those found beneath the Doge palace. The stones bore the same precise cutting marks, the same impossible fitting techniques, and the same complete absence of mortar. Even more revealing ground-penetrating radar surveys conducted during the restoration revealed that the megalithic foundations extended far beyond the footprint of the church itself, connecting to similar structures beneath neighboring buildings in a vast underground network that spanned the entire island. This pattern has been repeated at excavation sites across Venice. Each discovery reveals additional evidence of the megalithic substructure, and each discovery is promptly classified and concealed. The message is clear. Someone doesn't want the public to know what lies beneath the famous floating city. Who built these massive stone foundations? When were they constructed? And why has their existence been systematically hidden from public knowledge? The answers may lie in the study of similar megalithic construction found throughout the Mediterranean region. From Malta to Sardinia, from Cyprus to Crete, massive stone structures that predate known civilization have been discovered, and promptly suppressed by authorities who seem determined to maintain the official narrative of human development. These structures share common characteristics: precise stone cutting that requires advanced tools and techniques, massive block sizes that challenge our understanding of prehistoric construction capabilities, and engineering principles that demonstrate sophisticated knowledge of physics, mathematics, and geology. The builders of these megalithic structures possessed technologies and knowledge that we're only beginning to understand today. They created foundations capable of supporting enormous loads in unstable soil conditions, water management systems that continued to function for millennia after their construction, and architectural layouts that demonstrate urban planning principles far beyond anything attributed to prehistoric civilizations. Venice represents perhaps the most significant example of this lost civilization because the megalithic foundations have been preserved beneath the protective layer of medieval construction. While megalithic sites in other regions have been exposed to weathering and destruction over the centuries, the massive stone structures beneath Venice remain largely intact, protected by the very city that was built to conceal them. But protection comes at a price: accessibility. The megalithic foundations of Venice remain hidden beneath 40 feet of later construction and centuries of accumulated sediment. They can't be studied, photographed, or analyzed by independent researchers. They exist in a realm of official secrecy that ensures their secrets will remain hidden from public knowledge. This systematic concealment raises disturbing questions about the nature of archaeological authority and the control of historical information. Who decides what aspects of human history can be revealed to the public? What interests are served by maintaining false narratives about the development of human civilization? And what would happen if the true age and sophistication of sites like Venice were widely known? The implications extend far beyond archaeology into the realms of religion, politics, and social control. The official narrative of human development serves powerful interests by maintaining the illusion that current civilization represents the pinnacle of human achievement. Evidence of superior prehistoric civilizations undermines these assumptions and suggests that human history includes periods of advanced development that have been deliberately erased from collective memory. The megalithic foundations of Venice represent physical proof that challenges everything we've been told about the past. They demonstrate that advanced human civilizations existed thousands of years earlier than officially acknowledged, possessed technologies that we struggle to replicate today, and created infrastructure that continues to function after millennia of use. But perhaps most significantly, they prove that powerful forces within our current civilization are willing to suppress evidence and manipulate historical narratives to maintain control over public knowledge and belief systems. The morning mist that rises from the Grand Canal isn't just water vapor. It's a metaphor for the fog of deception that shrouds the true history of human civilization. Beneath the romantic facade of floating palazzos and gondola rides lies evidence of a reality that authorities would prefer remain hidden. In the depths where the megalithic foundations continue their silent testimony to a lost age of human achievement. Every tourist who visits Venice walks unknowingly above one of the most significant archaeological sites in human history. Every photograph taken of Venetian architecture captures evidence of construction techniques that were supposedly impossible when these buildings were created. Every boat that glides through the canals passes over massive stone structures that predate known civilization by thousands of years. The secrets beneath Venice are hiding in plain sight, protected by official indifference and systematic suppression of inquiry. But the stones remain, waiting in the dark water, bearing witness to a truth that challenges everything we think we know about who we are and where we came from. The megalithic civilization that built the foundations of Venice didn't simply vanish. They were buried, both literally and figuratively, beneath layers of later construction and centuries of official denial. Their legacy survives not in textbooks or museums, but in the massive stone blocks that continue to support one of the world's most famous cities. Venice stands as a monument, not just to medieval engineering and Renaissance art, but to the power of systematic deception and the fragility of official truth. The city's survival depends not just on its foundations, but on the continued suppression of knowledge about what those foundations actually represent. Every crack in a palazzo wall, every subsidence in the pavement, every maintenance project that digs too deep risks exposing more evidence of the megalithic civilization that lies beneath. And with each new discovery comes the same response: classification, concealment, and the maintenance of official silence. The floating city of Venice may be slowly sinking into the lagoon, but the massive stone foundations that truly support it will endure long after the last palazzo crumbles into the waves. They will remain as evidence of human achievements that predate everything we think we know about our own history. And somewhere, in secret archives we're not supposed to access, the detailed records of the megalithic discoveries continue to accumulate. Plans are being made, excavations are being scheduled. The full extent of what lies beneath Venice may never be revealed to the public, but it's certainly known to those who control historical information. The question isn't whether the megalithic foundations of Venice exist. They do, and their existence is documented in classified reports that detail their age, extent, and sophisticated construction techniques. The question is why their existence continues to be hidden from public knowledge, and what other evidence of advanced prehistoric civilizations remains concealed beneath the world's most famous historical sites. What if Venice is just the beginning? Ready to dive deeper into the mysteries they don't want us to find? Ready to question everything we've been taught about our history? Then become part of this investigation. Hit that subscribe button, share your discoveries, and let's chase these secrets wherever they take us. The evidence is still out there, waiting beneath layers of official lies. And when we work together, we can expose what they've tried so hard to bury